Hi readers! This week we started learning all about character traits, and we began expanding our vocabulary. Today you're going to be reading and using evidence from your text to try to figure out what your character is feeling and what some of their traits might be. We learned that when fourth graders expand their vocabulary, they can speak more specifically about what their character really is like. So instead of mean, maybe you'll use the word aggressive or manipulative. We learned that those words have very different meanings, though someone who's mean might be either one of those things. Instead of nice, maybe you'll use the word caring or compassionate, understanding, polite, or peaceful. Those words all have slightly different meanings, but someone who is nice might definitely possess those qualities. So today, I'm going to talk to you about a strategy that we can use while we're reading to pull evidence from the text so that we can make great inferences about what our character's traits are. Because many times, authors don't just come out and tell you, they show you. Let's talk about how an author might show you a character's traits. So, when you're reading a text, readers pay attention to the characters in their stories, obviously, right? Here's a few things that they notice. They will notice how the character's acting, how they speak, what they say, and what they think. So as you're reading, as the character's doing or the author is revealing what a character's inner thoughts are, or what they're saying, and champs, even how they say. If someone says something through gritted teeth or with a cheerful smile, if someone whispers or shouts, that definitely affects how they're feeling or what that says about their character, even more sometimes than the words that they say. So we're going to be gathering that information about how they act, how they speak, what they say, and what they think. And then you reader, you need to ask yourself, what does this tell me about the character's feelings and personality? So, that takes us to the next part of our reading lesson today. You will be diving into a great book. You could choose Ramona and Her Father. Maybe you have a read to self book that has a great story with a really wonderful character. Maybe you would like to read a book on Raz Kids that's fiction. Or maybe you'd like to go to Epic and choose a book that has a great character. Those are all options for you. But what you need to do while you're reading, because this is what good readers do, and you are a good reader, is you need to pay attention to what the characters are saying, what they're thinking, how they're speaking, and how they act. And you're going to jot notes in this Google document that you see here. So you're going to click on the type here, and under how they act, you'll write down some notes about what your character is doing. What does the text tell us? You're using text as your evidence for how they act, right? You're finding actual examples from the text on how they act, and you're going to write them here. And then as you're reading, you might notice something that they say that reveals something about their personality or their feelings. And you're going to jot down examples from the text in that box about how they speak. What are they saying? When the author gives you dialogue, what kind of tag do they use? Do they whisper? Do they shout? What do they say? What are the exact words that they're using that kind of give you an opportunity to look into who they are? To see their feelings and their personality. And oftentimes, readers, we are the lucky ones because in real life, you can't necessarily know what all of the people around you are thinking. You can make inferences or you could ask them to tell you what they're thinking, but when you're reading a book, you get to be inside the brain of our characters many times. So you get to jot down also what your character is thinking. None of this takes guesswork. All of this is exactly what the text says. So you're just using evidence right from the text. And then here's where the real learning takes place, the real fun part. You need to look at all of the things that you jotted down about what the character says, how they say it, what they think, and how they act. And you're going to ask yourself, what does this tell me about the character's feelings and personality traits. And right here, if you can see my yellow circle when I click on things, you are going to jot down how the character is feeling. In fourth graders, we write in full sentences. So you might want to start with, I'll use Melody as an example. In chapter 12, Melody is feeling ba ba ba. You fill in the blank. And then you're also going to say, I know this because ba ba ba, right? You're going to fill in the extra. But we will write in full sentences this year because, oh my gosh, we're so capable of that. All right, readers, dive into your Just Right treasure. Get lost in that book. But remember that readers pay attention to the characters in the story. Go ahead and get started right away. And then click on the My Documents tab so that you can access this Google Docs to kind of document your reading today. Enjoy!